Well, the Game of the Year awards have come once again in this year of 2022, of course, and the winner for this year is, if you don't want it spoiled or you haven't seen it yet, uh, leave, I guess, or skip like 20 seconds, but it of course was. It was a good selection. I'm glad it won out of all those. I'm kind of glad I didn't get it, but just based on my own kind of problems. But here we are. I'm going to go over everything that came up there, all the new game announcements, and all the kind of updates, just really quick. So there's a lot, 3 hours to get through. Let's just get into it. It started off, of course, with a 30-minute pre-show, and while there wasn't much shown here, there was a few things in one standout game. It started off with a DLC for Dead Cells, as far as I can tell, where there's a Castlevania kind of DLC. I don't really know much about the game in general, but it was called Return to Castlevania, and that's come out in the first quarter of 2023. No further release date given. Then they announced that Returnal was coming to PC soon. No further information given about the release date. After that, they announced a look at a new Hellboy game coming up, which is a franchise I'm not really that familiar with, but it looks like a fun. It has a cool art style to it. It has a cool cel shaded style kind of thing. Kind of gives you the vibes of a Wolf Among Us. And while no release date was given, you can add it to your wish list now. It's coming out on PS4, 5, Xbox consoles, and Steam, and the Switch. Then they showed off some of the VR game Horizon Call of the Mountain, it's a VR game set in the Horizon universe. What more do you need to know? Then they showed off what I think was a VR game called Post Trauma, which I'm not sure what it is, but you seem to be exploring around the place, dealing with some inner demons, or probably by the sounds of it. Doing puzzles. It's very Resident Evil reminiscent, using tapes to save, solving puzzles. This actually does look kind of fun. It didn't grab me the first time, but looking at it again for this, I definitely kind of have an interest. So if it's not just a VR game, I'll definitely pick this up. Another brief look at Atomic Heart was shown, which I'm very excited for. I don't know if it was new gameplay or old, because I'm generally keeping as kind of blind as I can, and it is one of my most anticipated games of the next year. It's coming out on February 21st of next year, and I'm one of my most anticipated games for next year. After that, a game called Scars Above, which kind of reminds me of Returnal a little bit, and I definitely think it looks like a lot of fun. And that comes out on February 28th. It has the same kind of vibe as you're shooting, you're your third person shooting with variety of weapons against cool giant monsters. If it is related to Returnal, it's gone over my head because I didn't play it, but yeah, like I said. Then there was like a top-down twin-stick shooter style game with a lot of personality and colourfulness to it. Then with some crazy weapons and stuff. And you can play with 4 players. No release date given, but you can sign up for the closed beta now, and it's called Relic Hunter's Legend. We got a little bit of an update for Among Us, which I thought it was the VR game by how they were showing the art and all that. It's called Among Us Hide and Seek, and it's coming out on December 9th. It's out today, by the time this is uploaded. Then they showed off my favourite game announcement of the pre-show, After Us. The art style of this game has 100% got me interested. It looks beautiful in its own unique style. It looks like an action RPG kind of platformer kind of game with a lot. The visuals of this game are 100% what got me interested, and the gameplay looks fun too. This is one thing I will be very, very keeping my eye on, and I feel like it could be a big sleeper hit. That's coming out in spring of 2023. After that, we got kind of a side-scrolling, kind of a slower-paced side-scrolling combat kind of game called Replaced. It's hard for me to get a proper vibe on this one, but it definitely looks like it has a cool art style to it, if nothing else. And that just got a release date of 2023 with no further information. Next, we got another look at Street Fighter 6, which, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big Street Fighter guy, but a lot of the other stuff you can do in this game looks like it could be a cool little addition. Cool mini games like breaking bottles. It looks like it has a weird basketball kind of thing going on, and of course it's open world, not open world, but it has an open hub area. I might actually be interested in trying this out. Even like though like I said, not really a Street Fighter guy. I played a bit of 4, had some fun. That was it, and that comes out on June 2nd, with some DLC that I think is just outfits. And after the whole stuff with Street Fighter 5, we can only hope. Then the show finally started, and our good old host Jeff Keighley came on out. And he wasted no time in bringing out his first guest, Al Pacino. Yeah, that was an unexpected surprise. Then the first big reveal, I would say, of the night was shown. Hades 2. I haven't played Hades, but I know it's a big deal. I know how many people loved this game, so I imagine they're very pumped for a second one. I've seen plenty of people where it's their favourite game ever, so even if it's not something I'm that interested in, I know they must be pleased. No release date was given, as far as I could tell. Then a brand new game from the creators of BioShock was shown off. You can definitely tell the influences, especially in the gameplay. I kind of love the art style in this game. I love the look of it. It has a very interesting feel, of which you probably expect from the creators of Bioshock. It's called Judas, and you guessed it, no release date given, but you can add it to your wish list now. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. After that, a bit of a shock was a new Bayonetta game, and I was very surprised since the last one came out like, what, a month ago? But it's more of a smaller project called Bayonetta Origins, kind of more of an isometric, top-down kind of view, hack and slash game instead. And it comes out March 17th, 2023. That's the first game that had a release date today. And even though I've kind of lost touch with Bayonetta a long time ago, the music was unbelievable in this trailer. They showed off a bit of the Ghostbusters VR game, Rise of the Ghost Lord. And I don't know much about Ghostbusters, but I'm assuming it'll be a fun VR game. At least to screw around with friends, because it seems to be a 4-player co-op thing. That comes out in 2023, and then Daniel Craig came out to show off a new outfit for Among Us. That was a weird moment. Stray was the winner for the best debut indie game. And I'm not going to point out a lot of awards here, but that was a nice one. I'm glad that was the one that got that. Next up, they showed off a bit of the Destiny 2 expansion coming up, called Lightfall. It's coming out on the 28th of February 2023. I don't know anything about Destiny. Moving on. They showed off some Kill the Justice League, and it didn't show any gameplay, but it was kind of a tribute to Kevin Conroy, as his probably his last role, because it was done before he died, so probably why that was shown off, kind of a bit of a tribute kind of thing, I think. And Rocksteady is back doing that, of course. As far as I could tell, there was no release date. If there was, I missed it. But again, it's not first trailer, so it's probably shown before. Then they showed off a game called Party Animals coming early 2023. Looks like it was delayed from 2022. And it looks like it could be a fun game. The humour of the trailer didn't appeal to me at all, but maybe that doesn't carry over to the game. Then they showed off The Last of Us remake coming to PC. I thought The Last of Us came to PC a long time ago, but that comes out on the 3rd of the 3rd, 2023. I think they should have done it on the 2nd of March, so it could have been 2/3/23, but I'm not a marketing guy. What the fuck do I know? Then they excited me by what I thought was going to be the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, for reasons that you will only know if you've played the games. Most likely Crisis Core, to be honest. But it was actually the new Star Wars game from Respawn, which I didn't actually get to play the original one, but I know this is a big deal. Respawn is a fantastic studio who generally doesn't disappoint. So I'm assuming their next Star Wars game, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, coming on March 17th, would be just as fantastic. It looks like more of the same with little upgrades and additions, which, I'm going to be honest, I think is all it needs. Oh god, we're halfway good. Then a new game from the creators for Celeste called Earthblade was shown out. Looks like a side-scrolling platforming hack and slash kind of game. There was some kind of camera panning and the character disappearing to different locations, but I'm not sure if that was a trailer thing to move it along a bit faster for the trailer, or if it's a gameplay mechanic. I guess we'll find out when it does release in 2024. Then they showed off a new Dune game, an open world survival MMO called Dune Awakening. No release date given, but you can sign up for the beta at www.duneawakening.com. Coming to PS5 and the Xbox and the PC, so it's not just a mobile thing, so that could be interesting. Then they showed off a bit more of Forspoken, which I've probably said a few times. Looks like it could be fun gameplay wise, but I'm very afraid of just the open world and the dialogue. I feel like it could be like my worst parts of Horizon Forbidden West, but more insufferable, with jokes thrown in too much. I hope not, but the demo is out now. I don't have a PS5 to check, but that's what they tell me. So if you want to check out Forspoken, you can do it allegedly now. And then Jeff was obviously very excited to announce this next game from this next person, Death Stranding 2. We all know how much Jeff loves having Kojima on stage. I swear at one point he went in for a kiss, as you could probably expect from Death Stranding 2. At this point, no release date was given, but they did show off an old man Norman Reedus, and some of the actors, and I was hoping for something new from him, but I'm sure any fans of this will be interested. I'll definitely go back to check if I can get back more into Death Stranding 1 before this comes out. I'm sure I have time. He also alluded to working on a different project, so I guess that's probably the Xbox one he was talking about before, and we'll see that in some stage, I'm assuming. Then they showed off a game called Immortals of Avium. It's coming out in 2023, not much information was given, and it was just a CGI trailer. I don't think there was any gameplay, unless you count this. So, moving on. Best narrative went to God of War Ragnarok, which I'm fine with. I haven't played much of it yet, but the story is the only thing keeping me somewhat interested, so if there's one thing I'm glad it won, it can be that. big show for fighting games, I just realised. They showed off some of Tekken 8. A bit of what's going on with the story. Looks like things are getting unleashed upon the people. They show off characters like King and Jack and Jin and Kazuya, the typical. I think June might be involved. She might be coming back, who knows? Either way, all I need for Tekken 8 to be something I will get is a decent campaign and for Lily to come back. So once they show her off, it'll be a given I'm getting it. She's been my character since Tekken 5. I don't think I can do it without her. No release date given. Final Fantasy XIV won the Best Community Support Award, which I'm happy about because it deserves every bit of praise and attention it gets. It can't get enough. Then again that I knew the name of, but I couldn't remember why I was interested in, got Nightingale. It's like an open world survival thing where you build, you go get resources, you fight giant monsters, flying umbrellas. It's hard for me to pinpoint my feelings on this game. Half of it looks like some of it looks like I could absolutely love it. Some of it looks boring to me. I don't know. I don't even know why I remember the name. But when it came up, I knew the name instantly, so maybe there's something there for me. Who knows? No release date given. Then they showed off some of Baldur's Gate 3, which is a series I genuinely know nothing about, but I've heard good things. I know it's been in early access for quite a while and people are not happy about that, but it's really hard for me to know with this trailer. Half of it looks genuinely fascinating. The world, just the things going on, it looks unbelievably fun. But then the other half just looks like average generic stuff. I'm definitely going to check out Baldur's Gate 1 at least at some point, just see how that goes. And then we'll see how the rest of the franchise goes for me, because it looks like it could be a fun world. And they showed off the collector's edition, which I'm going to be honest, with how long they showed it for, I couldn't make heads or tails of it. There was so much stuff on screen. Then they showed off a bit of Wayfinder, which I'm going to be honest, it looks like Greedfall, just the same kind of generic stuff as that. I don't know, nothing about this game stood out to me. If it was a mobile game, I wouldn't have been shocked. It just has that vibe to it. But I'm sure it'll have its fans, so... And you can sign up for the beta next week, if it's something that looks like it could be fun to you. They showed off some Fire Emblem DLC and expansion stuff, which I'm not really in the Fire Emblem community, I don't know much about it, so it's hard for me to keep up. But it looks like it's for the game Fire Emblem Engage, and it comes out on January 20th. With additional waves of DLC to be added later throughout the year. Yeah, and then this happened, which led into, of course, a trailer for Diablo 4, which I know a lot of people are very excited about, but I feel like also very cautious. The best sports game went to Gran Turismo 7, which I was kind of hoping it would go to Ollie Ollie World just after some of the crap that went on this year, but I suppose better that than any of the other sports games there. The most anticipated game award, of course, went to the next Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, which I knew would be down between that and Resident Evil 4 was the most likely one, because Zelda Breath of the Wild was absolutely massive. Then I was very surprised to see Horizon show up, and I thought they were actually showing a new game already, but no, it was just an expansion, so that made a lot more sense. I was really excited at first because I thought that this monster here would have the Hollywood sign on its back while you fight it, but looking back, no, it just knocks it over. That would have been so fucking cool. Yeah, that comes out on the 23rd of April 2023. Then this happened.
Many games have action, and these are the ones that truly kick ass.
This kicks ass.
Then this like online MMO open world anime style game came out called Blue Protocol. I think it might be related to Blue Reflection Universe, but I might be wrong. Nothing was shown about gameplay, just that it's just the name and the kind of style of game, and that's going to be coming in 2023. Then again, to give me real Resident Evil vibes, just the combat, the puzzles, just even just the way you kind of move around, little things like that. Called Remnant came up, no release date given, but you can add to your wish list. But I don't know, it has the same vibe as Resident Evil to me, but mixed with some other stuff. It looks fun. It definitely looks compelling in some weird way. So another thing I'll definitely keep my eye on. Then after showing some stuff going on for a while with no real information, the end of the trailer came out to reveal it's a Transformers game called Transformers Reactivate. I didn't expect this to be a Transformers from the first half of the trailer, but this could be cool. Transformers can be fun games sometimes, they can be hit or miss, but when they're a hit, they can be really fun. No release date given, but you can get more updates if you sign up at playtfr.com, so if Transformers is your kind of thing. Then this kind of first person game was shown off. You have like a sword and a grappling hook, and I didn't have much interest for most of it, but seeing him climb up this creature with the grapple thing, I definitely think this could be pretty mind blowing if done right. It's called Behemoth, even the name has a grand epicness to it. But I think it's VR, and I think, yeah, that's actually what, yeah, that was it. But not only is it for VR, or it's all MetaQuest thing, and then my excitement for it just plummeted, which is pretty damn appropriate. And I forgot about it. So I had to face that twice now. Then Keegan Michael Key came out and started yelling about hats and caps. Gee, I wonder why he was cast to play Toad. And then they showed off an extended clip of the Mario movie, not just a trailer for this time, and I'm gonna be honest, I still don't like the look of it, but it's much less insufferable than the trailers. Not good. Mario still sounds crap. He's just talking. But yeah, it doesn't look as horrible. The castle looks cool. I don't think I'm going to enjoy the movie if I see it, but yeah. Then this happened. But that was pretty fun. Jeff Keighley looks like he's trying not to laugh his ass off at every moment, but he knows he could. So that was definitely fun. That was some silly fun. How can you not get a little bit of a smile out of this? Look how happy they are. Then a new game from Focus and Don't Nod is going to be an action RPG and not just a story-driven game this time, which could go either way. They haven't done it in a while as far as I know, but I don't know if anyone here played Remember Me. That was an underrated fuck. It was a really fun underrated game. I think it was Don't Nod's first game. If you haven't played it, definitely track it down. It's not exactly the top tier, but it's definitely an underrated game, I think. It's called Banisher and it'll be out in the end of 2023. Probably not, but that's what they say. I expect a delay. And then a game from a series I really have zero interest in 90% of the time. The Warhammer games, 40k stuff. But this one I think looks like a ton of fun. I played one like this on the PS3 called Space Marines, and it was clunky, it wasn't fantastic, but it had a draw to it. It was definitely fun. So Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine on PS5 and all that caught my eyes so much when I saw it for the first time whenever it was shown off. Definitely something I'm going to pick up. Next time, something looks like kind of a mix between some kind of rogue-like loop thing where you try once, you die, it counts your attempts, you build, you upgrade, you try again, you get better, than trial and error kind of thing. I definitely need to see more, but this could be a really addicting game too. It's called Meet Your Maker and it comes out on April 4th. And you can sign up for a beta too. Then a game that's a mix between tactical RPG and football, two genres I have zero interest in, somehow looked cool to me. I feel like I've definitely heard the name before. It's called Blood Bowl 3, and that comes out on February 23rd. I'll keep my eye on it. I feel like I could love it or hate it, so I'm in no rush, but it looks fun. The Witcher 3 showed off getting a free next gen update on December 14th. So if you want to upgrade that, it's, like I said, free. So it's always great when they do that. Show a little bit of Fortnite too, and I'm going to be honest, it looks a lot better from what I remember it. Visually, I mean. And the main character from The Witcher 3 is going to be in it too. I didn't say the name because I can't remember how to pronounce it. And then, a big shocker, Crash Bandicoot descended from the stage. He talked for a bit too long. It's kind of insufferable, but that's how Crash usually is to me. And short game, it seems to be like some kind of team-based battle kind of game. I think it looks like a mini game. It's called Crash Team Rumble. It's coming in 2023. It doesn't have a ton of information there, but seems to be like a fun little party game. God of War Ragnarok won the Accessibility Award, which if there's one award I definitely can agree with it winning, I think it's that. It is an exhaustive list of options in there. Then they showed up Lords of the Fallen, which I could have sworn there was a game called that on the PS3. I'm not wrong, am I? Let me check. Unless it's... Okay, the last one was called Lords of the Fallen. This is The Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, that's not going to confuse anyone. If that's a sequel, that's going to be very confusing. No, I can't figure it out. I'm confused. And then this happened. But that was all to show off this new crime simulator game. I was expecting a lot worse for some reason. It actually looks fun. Of course, the mechanics are going to play a lot of big part here. If it's not just thrown together, we'll see. Chuck Norris is in it, because why not? It's called Crime Boss. It's coming March 28th of next year. And again, I'll keep my eye on it. It looks interesting, if nothing else. Elden Ring, of course, took the best role-playing game. Somehow, in the Player's Voice Award, the only game there, Genshin Impact, that was not released this year, won. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why it won. I don't know why it was allowed. It's weird. Sonic got robbed again by a 3-year-old game. Boo. Final Fantasy XIV got best ongoing game, so congrats to that again. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is getting some kind of raid mode. Episode 1 is coming out, and it looks like they took inspiration with the names and titles of the screens from the Resident Evil team. But that's some free content coming on December 14th. Then a big reveal. A new From Software project, Armored Core 6. Wasn't expecting it. I haven't played an Armored Core since a demo on like the PS1, maybe 2. but it's from Software, it's Armored Core. I'm interested in kind of mecha games or robot, whatever. I really don't know much about Armored Core, but I'm definitely gonna. This might be the first From Software game I get brand new. And it's coming out in 2023. I'm looking forward to seeing more with this. I don't remember much about the demo that I did play, but I remember having a ton of fun with it. Then showed a little more clip of the Mario movie. And if you don't already know, that's on April 7th. They showed another quick look at Wild Hearts, which I'm gonna be honest, I thought was Monster Hunter for a while. It has the same kind of vibe to it to me. Seems to be no release date as far as I can tell, but you can pre-order it now, so maybe they have it somewhere. Then they showed off one of the biggest games for me of this whole show, Final Fantasy 16. Story still looks like it could be interesting. Gameplay, well, it's the same kind of gameplay they're showing all the trailers. I don't think they can show much more of that to somebody who hasn't played it. What I was most interested in seeing was what you will do in this game when you're not fighting, but you are playing. And technically, yes, they did show that for about 3 seconds. I'm hoping for more, but right now that's enough. It's all I really want to see more of the game before I play it. It's just 30 seconds of what I will do between whatever. But they showed a quick flash of riding on a chocobo, running outside a castle, and petting a dog. Some of the characters do look really cool, and the summons look fucking amazing. And obviously, it's Final Fantasy. The music is unbelievable. I can't wait to get this. And the release date was finally given June 23rd, 2023. The date I will be getting myself a PS5, undoubtedly. Then the orchestra came up, which was just as great as always. Absolutely amazing. You can tell they're having a great time, especially some of them. Amazing, beautiful performance to celebrate all of the games that came out this year and to celebrate all the nominees before the winner was finally announced. And I think very well deserved, but a shock. It looks like it was a shock to the person who won, Elden Ring. I mean, look at this reaction. How can you not get a smile out of that? I haven't played Elden Ring, but out of the ones I did play, I feel like that was the most deserving. I was very happy at what I've never been that happy to see a game win that I have never played. And that was it. Overall, a pretty good show. A few good new announcements, a few nice looks at things that were already coming out. I was mostly happy to see the game that was shown at the start I can't actually remember the name of. The one that had the cool art style that I liked, and the platforming one. It was nice to see Final Fantasy 16 a bit more, especially some non-combat. Armored Core looked really cool, even if they showed no gameplay. So, of course, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you're looking forward to from this. Were you happy with Elden Ring winning, or was it a big upset? I'm glad I got up for it, and I'm glad I did this even though my troll is killing me. Oh, and I also want to congratulate Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton for his victory. I was watching this kid in the background. I was like, he looks like he doesn't know where to stand, but I didn't want to be mean, so I was like, alright, he probably just doesn't know where to go. He's not used to this. Fine. And then that happened, and it was great. Congratulations, Bill, I guess. So, see you next time.
You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.